What is going on, guys? Commodore Laz here today, bringing to you guys my review slash discussion slash mini rant for this week's chapter, One Piece, manga chapter 876, titled Pudding Coincidentally Appears. Oh man. So, I initially did a live reaction to this chapter, but I'm not gonna lie, by the time I got to like page 13, 14, I just stopped. Yeah. I'm not mad at this chapter. I'm more disappointed. You know, when you see a kid, you have a kid growing up and stuff, they do something really stupid, and you're not angry at them, but you're just disappointed that this is the situation that transpired. This is how I'm feeling right now regarding this One Piece chapter because, let me just kind of break it down. There's some good parts in it still. The whole stuff with Pudding and her split personality or personality disorder that's going on. I've been saying for a while, she reminds me so much of like a Shinobu Sensui of like, she has no idea who the real Pudding is because there's just that side of her that is like evil because of the environment she was brought up in, how it warped her mindset, and this is the Pudding that we see with the evil side, and then there's the one that's like holding back her true feelings. I'm perfectly fine with that now. Like last week, I thought I was a little bit annoyed of the situation. How she was like all angry and stuff. And then like Chiffon was asking like is that the real Pudding? From reading the Viz translations, and I don't have much of a problem anymore with that personally. So when she's like flip flopping, going back and forth and stuff, I'm perfectly fine with that. Especially the little bits we saw with Sanji, like my dear and everything, acting like almost like a real couple and everything. I thought that was really cool. But despite that, other cool bits before I even get into the main topic of it, we're seeing like, confirmation Big Mom was not knocked out. Anyone who actually thought, and listen, I love Nami. Nami feat, I'm happy. She took out pretty much the majority of the army that was with Big Mom, chasing her. Remember, she has an AoE level attack with the damn climb tag. And the fact that she used a piece of a Yonko's ability to stop them, I'm fine with that. Like, this is something we should be expecting from Nami. Again, it was foreshadowed back when she got captured by Gillette that she can manipulate the thunderclouds created by Big Mom. So there's no issue with that, And I'm happy at least if she could not like stun or even get a scratch on Big Mom somehow, right? At least she got rid of the majority of the soldiers that work for Big Mom, so I'm fine with that, And then seeing stuff like Brook and Chopper, bro, holding it down, man. Like I'm happy with that. They going in, kind of Curry recognizing Brook a little bit, like skeleton, like like that's crazy, but. I'm more happy with the Nami feat than I am with Brook. Because, like, we can get happy for Brook, and, just because he's fighting, spirits, the souls, the homies, whatever you want to call them now, compared to Nami literally hitting an AoE level attack on living flesh, which is hype. But, that's, like, to me, the good portions of this chapter. And then it went downhill. And that's why I stopped my reaction so I can actually talk about this. But the little quick note before I get to that. The Hoppo Navy stuff, I was a little disappointed that we didn't get more into Bartolomeo, but kind of looking back on it, and I wholeheartedly, I'm cool with this. Oda really shouldn't have written that in the cover page, and Bartolomeo burning the flag and everything for Shanks. That's something that had to be in the actual manga, and I feel like Oda realized that mistake. That's why we didn't get anything from Bartolomeo, and most likely what he's going to end up doing is writing in the manga, maybe Lucky Roo, someone we haven't seen from Shanks' crew. Maybe Shanks himself shows up at that island and ends up confronting Bartolomeo and ends up finding out, hey, this guy is part of Luffy's Grand Fleet, and he's going to be like, what, Luffy got a Grand Fleet? What? So I can see something like that with Bartolomeo possibly, running into one of the members of Shanks' crew, and that's why we switched over to the Hoppo Navy. Otherwise, I think we would have saw it this week, but for sure, Oda probably realized that was a mistake, because you burning down the Yonko's flag, same thing like, burning down like the flag of the Marines. So, yeah. So now that I cover that, let's get into the part that made me stop my reaction, and it's gonna cover like, I would say not too much of this review, discussion, rant, but Sanji's baking a cake. Our worst nightmare has finally happened, and like I said, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed that this is something Oda decided, I'm going to go ahead and write. Because the way I looked at this chapter, and kind of going back a bit, when Pudding and Chiffon were like speaking to the members of the Straw Hats about it, and this is the part that really got to me, was the fact that they're gonna go from Whole Cake Island to Chocolate Town, or Cocoa Island, where they met up with Pudding the first time. And to me, this sounds like they're literally going to be stretching this arc even more, unless something were to happen, like, for example, Pudding were to be attacked and killed, Chiffon is attacked and killed, and then, that forces them to just get on the sun and just get the hell out. Because regardless, Big Mom's gonna chase them to the ends of the earth, because of what happened. And I do agree with a lot of people who are saying that maybe we're gonna see Big Mom chasing down the Straw Hats, into Wano possibly, which I wouldn't mind that, just so that we keep on getting more of her crew, and especially in an environment like Wano where it's gonna be hopefully more fight driven than it is story driven. Even though there's a lot of elements of the story that I do want to see being covered in Wano, but the cake thing, man, I don't know what to say about that. Like, how in the hell are you gonna tell me and show me at the end of the chapter a panel where Sanji's like, it's time to make a cake that will make Big Mom faint?
No! 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 No!
Let me give you a little disclaimer, okay? I am a Zoro fan, right? Zoro's the reason why I got into One Piece. I want to see Luffy become king of the pirates, but I want to see Zoro become the greatest swordsman of all time, which Wano hopefully is going to build him up to get there one day, right? So with Sanji, you would think, like, what exactly would I expect out of him? And personally, I don't know what to expect out of Sanji, because he has this crazy dream about the All Blue, right? You can't tell me, Oda, or anyone who's a Sanji fan, that you're fine with this. Him building a cake, creating a cake for a Yonko who wants them dead on the floor. That's not exactly what should happen. And I don't feel good with this chapter. Like, I'm going to be straight up honest. This chapter is a 4 out of 10. If not for the little bits, which I was cool with, the Brook and Chopper stuff, seeing Nami actually taking down a good portion of the army of Big Mom, and of course not knocking out Big Mom, so it pretty much saves confirmation that, yeah, she is a monster. She's got that body of the iron balloon, or whatever it was that they were saying that she has. I'm fine with that, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm not happy with him building a cake. The fact that he's building this cake, like, it's coming out of his mouth that he's going to build a cake, it doesn't sit well with me at all. They should be running from this damn island. The whole point of this arc was to go get that blonde-haired kid and get the hell out of here. Go to Wano. Go meet up with the rest of the crew. Go meet up with Nekomamushi and Marco and get ready for Kaido. Oh, like, Luffy even said, like, first I'll take Kaido, then I'll go for Big Mom. So why are we staying here? I'm done with this arc. I'll be honest, I'm completely done with this arc. I want this arc to be finished so we can get to the Reverie. That is what I want the most. It could be 3 chapters, the freaking Reverie, and I'll probably enjoy it way more than I did Whole Cake Island. Even if I were to reread it back, in these volumes right here, right? If I reread it right here, I still wouldn't know exactly how my feelings would be for this arc. Because in a volume release, it's way better to read it. But weekly, I'm going to tell you right now, this is worse than Dressrosa. Just to put it like this, guys, I would rather have Sanji die than building a cake. It might sound extreme, but this is what I'd rather accept in the One Piece story. Have him die, take Pudding into the crew because she can cook, and we good. We don't need, or even make him a cripple, something. I don't want him to be a walking L because he's baking a cake. That should not work against the Yonko. It should not work. Maybe I'll reread this chapter, maybe down the line, like 3 months from now and stuff, and I'll say, you know what? I'll be honest, it wasn't as bad. I look at it, and it's like, it made sense wherever Oda was getting from. But, oh boy, the weekly experience it's something else when it comes to this arc. And honestly, I want out. If there's a get out of jail free card, I want to use that card right now and get out of Whole Cake Island. I don't want to deal with this arc at all. So, yeah, 4 out of 10 for One Piece this week. Oda, I'm not mad at you. I truly am not mad at you. I'm just very disappointed that we're actually getting this route. Sanji, I bet the Jelly Bean better go right through his head. He better not use Operation Haki or something to protect him here because, yeah, I'd rather accept Sanji's death right now than him building a cake. But if you guys have a different opinion, of course, and fine with that, you guys can have your opinions. Let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of this week's chapter. If you agree with me and thought this chapter was trash, but there are some elements maybe I didn't cover, perhaps because I'm more focused on what's at hand. Let me know down in the comment section below your rating and all the good stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. If you want to see more One Piece content from me, please be sure to do so. And with that, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to pray Kingdom comes out because I need something to wash away this chapter. So yeah, guys, I'm going to bounce out of here. You have a good day. Commodore Laz, signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.